Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottinen from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 443. I am so happy to be home. We just came home from 2.5 weeks abroad. We were traveling throughout Italy and we had a fantastic vacation, and I wanted to talk about my photo management backup strategy. But first, I want to say a huge thank you to Mara for going live and providing some tips for the Flourish Academy while I was gone. That was super awesome of her to do that. She's very busy, so I'm very appreciative. And as we dive into this video, before I begin, if you are vacationing this summer, could you please comment and provide your thoughts on managing your photos while you're on vacation? And let me say this, that the way I manage my photos when I am traveling domestically versus internationally is much different for several reasons that we'll cover as we're talking throughout the video. So first of all, I only took my Fuji X100F with me on vacation, obviously because of the size and portability. I did not want to take my Nikon D700, the D750, just too much to carry. We opted to travel very, very light while in Italy. In fact, each of us just had one backpack for 2.5 weeks. So you have to be very decisive and focused about what you are bringing. So I brought the Fuji X100F. I brought one memory card. I did not want to be managing memory cards. I brought a 64 gig and I shot in JPEG, so I would not have to worry about changing memory cards. Now, typically when I'm on vacation, again, if I'm traveling domestically, I'm not really worried about how much luggage I have, so I'll take my big girl camera or I'll take multiple cards with me, but I did not want to do that on this vacation. Now, I also brought my iPad with me just to have a Kindle, so this was for reading books while on long flights. But this came into my photo management strategy as well, and of course I used my phone. So I was taking photos on my iPhone, I was taking videos on my iPhone, I was taking photos with this, and I was using the iPad as a storage/backup device. Now, one of the concerns when traveling in Italy is there was a lot of petty theft and pickpockets. So as I was preparing for our trip, I watched a lot of videos where people were saying everybody gets their phone stolen or their camera stolen or their electronics are gone, or what if you lose all of your bags? So I wanted to have a backup strategy that ensured that my images were safe and backed up throughout the trip, and they weren't only on the device itself. So I had to really think through the best approach for that. So the first thing I did was I activated my Amazon Prime Photos account. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you have unlimited storage for your photos, personal use only. I would never recommend that you put professional photos on Amazon Prime, because if they determine those photos to be professional, they will delete your account and they won't let you know until after that happened, and all of your photos will be gone. So if you're using that as a backup for your professional photos, well, don't. Read the terms and conditions, which I did. So none of these are my professional, these are all my personal photos. So I had my phone set up so that when I was connected to Wi-Fi, Amazon Prime would automatically upload, or my phone would automatically connect and upload all of my photos to Amazon Prime. So then I know that they're on the cloud, they're backed up, they're safe. Now, typically I have the video option turned off because you have a 10 gig limit on Amazon Prime for videos. And I do a lot of videos, so it gets full very quickly. I'm currently backing up all of my videos via Dropbox, but because this was a unique situation, I turned that on because I was taking a lot of video on my phone. So anytime we were back at one of our Airbnbs or hotels, we typically had access to Wi-Fi, and when we did, my phone was automatically backing up everything to Amazon Prime. That was good because I was concerned about either losing my phone or having it stolen, so I know that those were all set. Okay, so now we go to the Fuji. I have the photos on the Fuji that I'm taking, and what I did, and again, this is one of the reasons I shot JPEG, is just because of the smaller file size, the ease and speed at which they transfer, etc. So what I would do when we would get back again to one of our rooms wherever we were staying is I would connect the Fuji via the Fuji Wi-Fi and the app to the iPad, and I would send all of the JPEG images from the Fuji onto the iPad. And that was usually pretty simple, and it didn't take that long. I would just hook it up and kind of let it go. And I also had the iPad set to Amazon Prime so that anytime the iPad was connected to Wi-Fi, it would automatically upload the photos to my Amazon Prime account. So again, anytime we were back at our room and I was connected to Wi-Fi, and my phone, my iPad, my Fuji, they were all working together and connected to sync and upload these photos. So on any given day, all of my images and all of my videos were backed up to Amazon Prime. I created an album on Amazon Prime called Italy. I shared it with my mom so she could track us as we were going along. So everything was backed up. That made me feel so much better because I thought to myself, if I lost my luggage or I had something stolen, I can replace those items, but I could never replace the photos. So every day they were always backed up, and it worked pretty well. I kept up with it because I didn't want to get to the point where, you know, I had a ton of photos to back up and then it would take forever because sometimes the connection was a little bit iffy. So I kept up with it. So for 2.5 weeks, everything was backed up all the time. And I learned a few things about the Fuji. So we were in Pompeii one day exploring Mount Vesuvius, which was awesome. It was so interesting. We had a great guide, and I'm taking photos with this, and this has a fixed 23mm lens, which is a crop sensor camera, so that's about 35mm. I've just kind of gotten used to it, although it's challenging for me because I am accustomed to shooting with my 70-200 at 200. So I'm shooting with this and I'm taking some photos, and I thought, well, that's strange. The composition looks a little bit different from that photo I just took to this photo. Why is that? Oh my goodness. How is it possible that I did not know, or none of you told me, that the Fuji indeed has a digital zoom on it? I did not know that. So right here, you can change this ring to either be manual autofocus or you can make it a digital zoom. Did you know that? Why didn't someone tell me? Oh, it would have been nice to know earlier on, but okay, so it zooms a little bit, not by much. And I did not look up what that particular focal length is, but what the heck. So I took several photos after that, now knowing that this Fuji had a little bit of a zoom to it. The performance of this camera was amazing. I was so surprised at the quality of these images right out of the camera, just in JPEG. I brought them into Lightroom yesterday. I'm going to do several screencasts on these images because I was so impressed. And I typically don't shoot JPEG, so it was a great experiment. But I had taken one photo of Ella. I actually posted it in the FA community group under the Friday favorites thread from a few days ago, so check that out. I did very little editing to that photo. I brought it into Lightroom, I hit Susie's favorite preset, and out it went. I cannot get over the quality and the smoothness of these files right out of the camera. It's JPEG. It was really, there's a photo. It was really quite amazing. So overall, I was very happy with my decision to just take this camera. It would have been nice to have a little bit more zoom, but that's okay. I took several photos on my phone, the videos, everything was backed up and synced every day to Amazon Prime. So if you're a Prime member, I would take advantage of that, but please, only your personal photos. They could and will remove your professional photos if they feel that you are in breach of their terms and conditions. Could you please like, share, comment with your vacation plans and how you are going to manage your photos, backing them up, your camera, if you're going to a beach, do you worry about that with your digital SLR? Do you change lenses? What are your thoughts? Again, my approach traveling domestically, say on a road trip, is much different than traveling abroad. I mean, obviously you can take more gear with you if you're on a road trip. I had to be really, really slim in how I packed everything, and I'm really happy with the way everything worked out. So now I'm just gonna take all of those into Lightroom and work on them, back them up on my system, which is Drobo, but they're sitting on Amazon Prime, that's fine. I am gonna bring the videos down from there though, because I'm probably hitting my quota, 10 gig on videos. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I am so happy to be home. I'll see you in the next video.